Hi everybody, welcome back to our series continuing with episode 2 of Where I Come Up With My Ideas. Today we're focusing on contemporary romance. As almost all of you know by now, I worked as a ghostwriter for many years, and this is actually one of the places where I get my ideas. I had a client who had gone through one of these online courses on how to get rich quick with e-publishing. There was a whole slew of these ads that came out a while back where everybody was using exactly the same template for their job postings. It was so obvious that they had all gone through the same course and they were all using identical job posts. And when this first came out, nobody knew what it was, including me. So I applied for one of these and I got it. And the job description was, the first step of the job description was to come up with the outline based on a series of tropes that the client provided. And then also to write the first 250 words of chapter 1. And the trope list was alpha male, billionaire, enemies to lovers, unexpected pregnancy, among others. And those, feisty heroine and all that stuff. And then the client added a note to say, to make the heroine's job a really fun job, to make it really fun and interesting. So I did. I created this outline, and the female lead, her job was that she was an animator. She ran her own animation company doing advertisements and little skits and sketches and short films. And it was hilarious. I wrote the first 250 words, and the opening scene was this woman standing around with her coworkers at a conference, joking around and making a bunch of stupid remarks and clowning around about jobs that they had done, characters they had created, funny little clips. They were making funny character references to the people around them who were all straight-laced business people in suits. And the whole book was super funny. And I sent it back to the client, and she absolutely loved it. She thought it was great. And then, as part of the course, she was supposed to turn the whole thing into her mentors so that they could approve it. And they didn't like it at all. They thought it was too wacky. So she contacted me back, and she told me what they said, and asked me to create a new outline. So I created a second outline, which was exactly the same trope list. Billionaire, enemies to lovers, alpha male, feisty heroine, unexpected pregnancy, all that stuff. And before I sent it to her, before she ever even saw it, I emailed her and I said, I don't have, no problem. And I told her I'm going to keep the IP on the first outline. Since you're not using it, I'm keeping it. And I'm retaining IP. It's not covered under our NDA. This is mine. And she had no idea what IP was. If you are going into the publishing world and you're being mentored by someone and you don't know what IP is, you've got a massive problem, and you don't belong in the publishing world or in any other intellectual property market. Sorry, but you're getting taken for a ride. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So I had a couple of other clients who had also gone through the same course and had exactly the same problem. The same thing happened with Just Friends. That started out as another client who had gone through the same course, and the trope list was almost identical. It was alpha male billionaire, feisty heroine, but this time it was secret baby. Secret baby and best friends. So it's friends to lovers instead of enemies to lovers. And that became just friends. The client didn't want it. And I said, I'm keeping the IP, and they had never heard of IP. And as a result of that, all of those interactions, I made up my mind never to work for anybody who had ever gone through that course, because they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. What happened was, the second outline that I did for the animation series, I told both of these clients, I'm out. Not working for you. I'm keeping all 3 of these outlines. I'm not doing this. And I never worked for them. So I wrote all 3 of those outlines. The first one, the animation one, became Dream Dimension. And the second one became Damaged. And this goes back to the point that I was making in my first video of this series, which is that you could have exactly the same idea, exactly the same set of tropes, and get vastly different books, with vastly different characters, vastly different outcome. Well, the entire messaging of the book would be completely different. So the actual original idea doesn't really matter to the end product. So I hope that helps. Just a little short video for you today, and I'll see you next week. Bye.